Hello everybody, in this video I have an unboxing and journaling session for you in collaboration with the wonderful Lisa of the Lollipop Box Club. Again, I have a product or two in this month's box and she has kindly sent me one to guest design for her, and we are also sharing journaling videos at the same time. So as soon as you're done watching my video, then there will be a link to Lisa's video, which obviously I will leave a link to, and if you have come over here from her video, then hello and welcome. So I'm going to jump in and share the box with you. This is the Good Vibes box. You can of course read the information if you would like to pause. I'm not going to read it all out, but it does talk about Joe from Little Rainbow Moon, who has created a watercolor paint for this kit, and then some of my library / journal cards in this kit as well. So let's jump in. So we start with, of course, this gorgeous card. I love the aesthetic of this, the minty green and the books. The books remind me actually of my next sticker collection, which is all designed but at the time of recording hasn't been released yet, so I might be able to make the two things work together. But the postage stamp and the florals, so pretty, and there'll be a little note from Lisa on the back. And then I love the colour of this tissue paper. It's completely my favourite colour, and as you know, I have to keep all of the things. So a little postcard here that says smile. Super cute there. I love the little camera. Here is the creative zine. I am not going to go through it in detail, just a little bit of info. There's some stuff there about Little Rainbow Moon and the watercolor, and then a little bit about me again. And we have things like journal prompts and about like the lives that Lisa does on her Patreon, and then there is usually a recipe and all sorts of information, kit tips, social links, all of the things. Okay, opening up. Oh, there's lots of little things to open. I'm so excited, and look at all these little glassine bags. I'm obsessed with glassine bags. I have loads that I use in my own shop, but I don't have any this adorable. That is too cute. So I don't even know where to start. I'll start with this because I know what this is. So these are from my shop. Can I just show you this little sticker or washi tape that's kept that closed, that little ticket stub? If that, I love that and I need it in my life. Let's open this up. So these are little journal cards which are from my shop. I designed them as like little index cards for indexing your journals. So I put one at the front in the front cover of every single one of my journals, because these ones, for example, you've got journal number, start, finish and notes. So I usually put like which number journal it is, start date, finish date, and any notes about what's inside it. And then I also have these library version ones, just, you know, to put a little spin on it, from the library of date, author, title and notes. But Lisa also uses these as general journaling cards. She's given me some great ideas on how to use my own products. As you see, they come in different sizes and they come in grey and sepia toned, and there's just, I sent Lisa, I don't know how many cards, many, so there's a mix of different sizes and different colours. You will get a mix of 3 basically. So those are my little journal cards. Then this will be the handmade watercolour from Joe at Little Rainbow Moon. This looks so gorgeous. If I can open this up, look at that. It is called Spearmint Smile. I'm guessing that is a gorgeous metallic-y watercolour. I haven't tried any of Joe's yet. I have kind of ogled them on Instagram and stuff, so I'm so excited to try this out. In here it looks like we have a little flare badge. Yes, a little flare that says Good Vibes. That is super cute, and again, I'm just obsessed with these teeny weeny glassine bags. So cute. And then in here, oh, I think we have, yes, some coloured staples. So we've got green ones here. I don't know if it's green for all the kits or if there's a mix, maybe. I do use copper or rose gold. I would call them copper. Other people have different opinions. Anyway, those coloured staples, which I love using as it's so much more interesting than the normal sort of boring stainlessy steel grey colour. So it's great to have another colour to use. Okay, next. Little sticker sheet made by Mrs. Brimble's, all Good Vibes related stickers, including things like favourite book, creative time, this made me happy, this made me laugh, happy times, lots of lovely little phrases like that. We've got some Pom Pom Trim here in this sort of mustardy yellow colour. I feel like this would look super cute if you put it right at the edge of a page so the pom-poms hung out at the side of your journal, so it's not going to bulk it up too much. I think that would look really cute. We have our lollipop of course, a cute little skinny washi tape, which if I can find the end, I will show you. So it's a yellowy orangey stripe, but it's like a distressed one, which I really, really like. Like, it's not just simple stripes. It's got like splotches of darker orange and the stripes are distressed. I really like that. Then what have we got in this little packet? So I always try not to tear these, because I will use them as little envelopes and stuff in my journaling. Not always possible, but I try. I'm just going to put that out of the way for a second to pull these out. So many things. So some more trim here of the more metallic-y variety. Ooh, this is interesting. All sorts of like vintagey goodies in here, which you know I will love. Oh my, all of the things. So there are some old stamps. This is Burma. Wow, and Canada, so some lovely foreign postage stamps, a little scrap of material, and these adorable little hearts which have been stamped from book pages. I love those. From the Netherlands, and there's also some little clips in here. Oh, how cute are those little brass clips. Oops, throwing them everywhere. I love them. And also in that little bag are some journal tabs. Always love journal tabs. And then this lovely tag that says name, date and subject on, and another little postcard, which my last one of these I cut up into bits. Got I am reading, noted, good vibes, something good, little vintagey paper scrap. So cute and so my kind of thing. What else? We've got another little baggie. So many little bags. I love them. Here we've got our little die cut pieces. These look so very cute. Memories, little lockbox, photo corners, floral bits and pieces, little postcard, more florally bits, remember, little date circles, more little stamps and frames, and I love the books. Oh, and look, little traveler's notebook, so very cute. Then we have some stickers. We've got the circle stickers here, the lovely floral, and the books. Again, I love those books. And then some stickers again from Mrs. Brimble's, exclusively for the Lollipop Box Club. Again, I love the whole book. Oh, fountain pens, my absolute favourite. And always a little card that is similar to my journal cards as well. That's very cute. And then we have our bag of, oops, papers, which I have torn. I think I did that with the big one last time as well, you know. Oh well, never mind. And oh wow, look at these. So we have Today I'm Taking It Easy with the coloured chevrons. I do love the colour scheme. I'm not usually a yellow person, but when it's mixed in with my favourite colours like this, like the teal and the blue, love it. So 2 of those. Then Look What Happened Today. Today This Made Me Smile on a grid paper. Again, love that. That mustardy yellow colour with some simple cross doodles. Oh, big fan of this one with the mint green dots. Yes, very much my thing. Some really nice craft paper. I am loving that. A calendar page for May. And oh, look at these frames. Oh, I love those. The little Polaroid style frames on the minty green polka dot background. Absolutely perfection. So that is the Lollipop Box Club for May. I think it starts shipping maybe on the day that this video comes out. I could be wrong, but just to remind you, we have the papers, the lovely stickers, all the die cut pieces, all the general lovely little bits and pieces, which I love using in my journal, and I'm really looking forward to using. More stickers, a lot of staples and flair, watercolor, my journal cards, and the couple of postcards, and the zine. Oh, and the lollipop. How could you forget the lollipop? So I am going to go and do some journaling with this. I'm actually going to do it tomorrow because I'm filming this quite late. But for you, it will be a seamless transition. So stick around, see what I make with all of this lovely, lovely stuff. Okay then, journaling time. As per usual, I'm not going in with any plan whatsoever. It's actually one of the questions I get asked most, I think. Do I have a plan for my journal spreads, for my projects, scrapbooking, anything like that? People often ask, you know, do you have a plan? The answer is no, not really, not ever. I might have some bits and pieces I want to use, but I generally just go with the flow, figure it out as I go. I find every time I've gone in and have a plan in my head of what I want to do, especially with a layout, I can't make what's in my head happen on the page, and then I just get frustrated and annoyed. So I find it better not to have any real plan at all. As I said, apart from maybe I might have, I want to use this envelope, I want to use this thing, I want to use that. Other than that, I want to add a tip in. That's the maximum amount of planning I ever do. Other than obviously in situations like this, when I'm using a particular kit or whatever, I know I'm going to use these items, but that's about it. So for my first pages, I came across these 2 pages in my junk journal, one with the black on one side and one with the lovely sort of dragonfly print on the other, which had a sort of minty tone to it, which I thought would go quite nicely with the kit in general. I wanted to include some of that mint tissue paper, but putting it on the black was a bit of an error. The black just comes through way too much, so I end up covering up most of that. I think it would have looked a lot better if I'd done it on white. I ripped up some of that mustardy yellow paper, and I also put some of those green staples into my stapler so I could include those on the spread as well. This little ripped piece of the mustardy yellow, I'm going to put red line tape on 2 sides so I can use it as a little pocket for that lovely little tag there. I tried here adding a little bit more of that tissue paper, but again, as I said, putting it on the black was just an error. I should know better, but there we go. I have, because obviously this is very kind of book themed, this kit, I have some lovely book washi that I wanted to include, so I've added a few bits of those, and I am doing a book themed spread here. Now, Lisa, in her video, she told me she is going to concentrate on using my journal/library card. So I really wanted to include one, but the thing is, as I said earlier in this video, that because I created them for the purpose in my head as index cards for journals, so I have one in the front of every single journal to catalogue and index all my many different junk journals and creative journals, all that kind of thing. It's actually hard for me to get out of that mindset and use them for something else. I know that might sound ridiculous, you know, for a creative person, but I can be quite literal sometimes, especially for the things I make myself or design myself. I don't know why, it's just the way my brain works. So I wanted to include one, so I thought I would do a spread about reading and books and the book series I'm currently reading and stuff. So I've chosen one of the cards that says from the library of, so I can do something to do with that. Also, I grabbed some of that material, cut a little piece of it, put, I think, a sticker on that said reading list, and I've stapled that to the side as a little tab. I think that looks super cute, if I do say so myself. Covered up some of that tissue paper I wasn't loving on the black with a piece of the craft, and rearranged some of the washi tape I'd used so you could see it over the top as well. Another thing I really wanted to use were those gorgeous Polaroid style frames. I'm absolutely in love with those. I chose 3 of them and have decorated them simply with that little packet that had the old stamps and the little book page heart cutouts, and I've also added those envelope stickers on those as well and gone around the edges of them in tea dye to add that vintagey vibe and effect. And here I'm also going to add a couple of little pieces of a slim Tim Holtz washi that looks like writing or book print or something like that, just as extra little added areas of interest that go with the whole booky theme. Now, as the tags were going in that pocket on the left hand side, I didn't really want to cover up all of the stuff going on there because it is really pretty, but just to make it a little bit my own, all I've done is added that ripped piece of craft paper and the little circle sticker, and that's it. So I'm going to work on my tag and my library card using again the oxide tea dye around the edges. I stamped the date in tea dye, and here I'm going to decorate that tag with some more of my book themed washi. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to link it. I don't remember where it's from. I know at least one of them was from a swap table at an event, so I just don't know, but using them to decorate the tag. And I'm also going to add a faux stitched border with a Pigma Micron pen, and then on the library card, again I went around the edges of that with the tea dye, and then on the back just put another piece of that mustardy coloured paper with the crosses on. And I wasn't completely happy with just that, so I cut this little thing out from the sort of siren, hashtag living next to a police station problems. Yes, so I cut out that little thing that just says I am reading. I am pasting it on the back of there and cutting off the excess, and I'm going to add just a few little strips of washi and then some stickers there to, you know, make it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more my own. Here I'm going to add in my details on that library card. So from the library of my bedroom, I'm talking about the Wheel of Time series, which it's a right old slog to get through, and I have to pause every now and again. It's between 13 and 15 very large, you know, 500-page plus books. And it's high fantasy, which I absolutely love, but as I said, it's a right old slog to get through. And I have to take a break from them every so often, just so I don't get bored of the story and the characters. I go off and I'll read like a true crime book or something a little bit more mundane, which sounds awful calling true crime, but just the way my mind works, I have to take a break from them. So it's taking me years to read this series, but I wrote all the individual titles on that little library card and did some journaling on the back of the tag about reading that series. I'm just going to finish off here with some more faux stitching effect on the craft paper, and I think, is that going to be it? Do I do anything else to this page? Some more stickers. I will come back at the very end and add a couple more stickers as well. So next spread I'm doing was more just to document being part of this month's Lollipop Box Club. I know some of you are going to really hate me for this, but I am going to cover up that picture of that dog. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like dogs. I love dogs. I wasn't feeling that picture. It just wasn't very my kind of thing, so I wanted to cover it up. And it has a cute kitten on the other side, damn it, and that's the picture I want to see. Anyway, I'm going to include the postcard that you get at the, you know, the front of the kit that Lisa writes a little note on, and use that as a tip-in journaling spot. And then use the last little scrap I've got of that piece of craft paper and go completely across that page to cover up most of it. I'm keeping some of the colour of it, it's peeking up from behind and stuff, but the main picture is kind of covered up. I'm also going to add some stickers like the Lollipop logo, and later on the logo for Little Rainbow Moon, the watercolour, and I'm also going to use the watercolour here. I was kind of experimenting with it at first, seeing how it reacts to different things, you know, if you just add water on your brush, or how it reacts when you have water down on your page, you know, just playing around with how it works. Obviously, as you can see, it works. What doesn't work is a much stronger colour on the white rather than the craft, but that makes sense. That's just how colours work. I was trying to be very careful when adding water, because this is by no means watercolour paper, and it was very delicate. It wasn't vintage paper or anything like that, but quite delicate. So being very, very careful adding the water. But I really wanted, where I had added it on that page, it needed a more natural blend rather than a straight awkward brushstroke edges where I'd put the paint. It just helps it flow into the page, and as I said, look a bit more natural. And also soaking up a few bits with some kitchen roll just to make sure the paint's not going to seep through onto other pages in my junk journal. Not that I'd be very bothered if it did, it is a junk journal after all, but might as well try. It is a lovely watercolour though, and you may have noticed I used it on the back of that postcard as well, and I had it really strong on the ripped part of the craft paper, and it looks particularly gorgeous on there. But on the front of the postcard, I'm just adding some very, very basic decoration with random scraps that are lying around on my desk, and one of the stamps from that little pack, and one of the ephemera pieces. I don't actually use many of the ephemera pieces in these spread. I don't know why, because they're absolutely gorgeous. I think my subconscious was probably hoarding them. I am a nightmare for doing that. So the page on the right is just going to be decorative, adding things like the stickers and look what happened and bits and pieces like that. And the page on the left is going to, that is left, right? I just had a moment of forgetting what was left and right, as you do. Yes, on the left, that is going to be mostly for journaling. I am adding a few little hints and scraps of decoration to it as well, though, you know, just to make it your own. I really loved where I added this little ephemera piece, the little leaf flourish down there. I think that looks super cute, but it was a bit stubborn about sticking on where I'd put the watercolour, so I added another one of those little green staples. Here I am adding some little scraps of washi for areas of little added interest and such. I love combining vintagey brown colours and teals and mints and blues. It makes me so very happy, and there's quite a lot of that in this kit, and yummy, yummy, yummy. That happy, where did I pull that from? Was that from the other little cut apart postcard? I'm not sure, but here I am. I did most of my journaling off camera, because usually when I do it on camera, all you will see is the back of my head anyway, because I'm one of those people who has to get like really close to what I'm writing. I'm like right up there. I should just wear my glasses, but can't be bothered. More little stickers and decorations and stuff like that, and then I'm going to tip in the postcard which also has some journaling on the back. Up until this point, I had misplaced the little cute orange washi that came in the box. It obviously got hidden by something else, but I finally found it again, so I'm going to add a few little scraps of that as well, just because I really wanted to include it, really no other reason than that. And it looks quite nice on those phrases I've put on the right page. Just adding little bits of washi, it makes it a little less blocky, I suppose, is the only really word I can think of that I want to mean right now. Anyway, that is pretty much going to be it for those pages. Oh wait, no, I wanted to add a tab as well, just because I love the tabs that came in the box. Adding a few stickers. I can't remember what I put on them, and my screen is just "this made me happy, happy times," or something along those lines, and again using the green staples to staple that in place. So with that done, I'm going to move on and do one last little single page. This one is going to be very minty themed. It just ended up that way. I think here are the pages I use. I wanted to cover up this puppy wants his bone because it didn't really apply to anything. The other side had that lovely distressedy greeny minty thing going on, and I really thought I could use that. I'm not actually going to use it, but it's going to look nice next to the page I make, and I'll do something minty on it later on. So grabbing that paper with the lovely minty green circles on, the distress oxide I'm using there is Evergreen Bough, and I'm going to just stick that and cover that entire page. The main thing I wanted to do on this page was use one of the glassine bags, mostly because I'd said at the beginning of this video, the live quote-unquote part of the video, that I just love them so much and wanted to use them. So this was the largest one that had my journaling cards in. I've folded the flap back on itself and closed it, or stuck it down with some washi, including the washi that it was actually closed with in the first place. And just going to add some simple decoration, another scrap of craft paper, that little piece from the cut apart postcard, which I really like, that has the sort of scrap on blue card, and then this piece that says that this made me smile, and just have those decorated in a little cluster sort of thing. Then going to bring out a tag from my stash. I found this tealy minty coloured one. I did have to cut it down ever so slightly on either side to make sure it was going to fit in that glassine bag. I mean, it kind of did, but it would have been a little bit of a struggle getting it in and out, so cutting it down helped a lot. I'm going to do some really simple decoration on the front of this tag using one of my library/journal cards. I think that's one of the journal cards. Adding the evergreen bough around the edges. I'm going to add a few stickers, a little bit of stamping, a little bit of washi. Oh, that's one of my favourite washi tapes there, that slim one with the kind of doodled X's. I cannot find another one. When that runs out, I am going to weep, probably. So if you see it anywhere, please let me know, because I just love it so much. So helpful for so many things. Anyway, yes, I'm also rounding off the corners of the bottom of that tag because it makes it easier to slip in and out the pocket. If you've got the pointy corners, they're more likely to catch on something, but the nice rounded corners, less likely to catch on something. So that's actually why I did that. It did actually have a practical purpose. Adding some blue twine to pull the tag out. Just a little bit of very simple, vintagey looking stamp from my stash. And then I'm going to bring in some of those stickers, the Mrs. Brimble stickers, to decorate the front, sticking with the bluey toned stickers. Then, of course, I'm going to add my journaling to the back of the tag, and then just finish off decorating with a couple of little pieces of scraps of washi, like I always do. The washi I'm about to use is another new edition. It's a white with little crosses and doodles and stuff on. They're just so handy for all sorts of things, these little doodly washies. I can't really explain it, but obviously the black and white matches absolutely everything. I picked that one up from Gretel Creates, though. I do remember where that one is from. Anyway, that I think is the final thing I do. So a really simple last page there. I do really like it though.
really clean, simple, favorite colors, love it. And then I was just going back through my pages and decided I didn't like that pocket not having anything on it, so added more of the Brimble stickers, and I got a little bit piece of washi, little cluster of something. There we go, that's going to be it. I'm just showing you the pages there. Please, of course, remember to go check out Lisa's video if you haven't already. I love her style of journaling. She includes so many things on the page. It's just wow how she does it. A big thank you to Lisa, of course, again, for letting me be part of the box and for letting me guest design. I just love doing it and being part of it, and it's just fabulous. All relevant links, of course, will be in the description, as well as links to Lisa's channel, Lisa's video, Lisa's website, etc, etc, etc. It's about time I shut up and go, so I'm going to do that. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Chat to me down in the comments, and I am going. Thank you again. Bye bye.